Soft, melancholic piano music begins, fading slightly under the voice. Oh, darling, you wouldn't believe. Truly, you wouldn't. It's not merely a matter of a disappointing holiday, you see. It's a dismantling. A slow, agonizing unraveling of expectation, of trust, of the very notion that a semblance of civilized comfort can exist outside one's own meticulously curated bubble. And frankly, it's an outrage. A blatant disregard for the sacred contract between guest and establishment. I mean, honestly, people pay for experiences. They pour their hard-earned allowance, shall we say, into the promise of respite. And what did I receive? A slow-motion descent into a realm of, well, let's just say, existential despair. You see, I've always believed it a rather naive notion, perhaps, inherited from my grandmother, who insisted every chipped teacup held a story that, even in the most unassuming places, a flicker of beauty, a spark of genuine hospitality could be found. A little bit of humanity, you understand, but the Elysee Hotel, Alanya, it systematically extinguished every single ember of that belief. It began, as all tragedies do, with a semblance of hope. The brochure, you see, the lies printed on glossy paper, depicted a paradise. A sun-drenched haven, turquoise waters, impeccably dressed guests sipping cocktails, a world away from, well, from everything. I naturally anticipated something refined, something worthy of my time, my sensibilities. I am a girl with standards, you know. I've been raised with a certain appreciation for aesthetics, a sensitivity to nuance. It's in my blood, honestly. My great-aunt Svetlana was a celebrated porcelain restorer in Minsk, and she instilled in me an unwavering commitment to perfection. So to find myself at the precipice of something so profoundly not perfect, it was, shall we say, jarring. The moment the ancient, frankly alarming, bellhop attempted to wrest my Louis Vuitton away, it was a sign, wasn't it? A glaring, neon-lit sign screaming, turn back, abandon all hope, ye who enter here, and the audacity, he lingered, darling, lingered, expecting a tip for simply existing. A tip. As if one simply throws money at a man for performing the bare minimum function of his employment. It felt demeaning, like I was suddenly negotiating the price of my dignity on a dusty Turkish street. Honestly, it's like those times when my mother would make me bargain with the babushkas at the market for apples, only exponentially worse. He just sat there, expecting. It was a sort of silent, passive-aggressive extortion. And the worst part, he didn't even smile. It's basic politeness, isn't it? A simple acknowledgement of another human being. But the indignity, my dear, was merely a prelude. Oh, the room, the horror. Honestly, you could have filmed a gothic film in there. It wasn't a room, it was a holding cell for forgotten dreams. The colors were wrong, a sort of depressing beige that seemed to suck the light out of the universe. And the smell, oh, the smell. A pungent amalgamation of mildew, despair, and something vaguely reminiscent of old gym socks. The air itself felt heavy, oppressive. It was a physical weight on my chest. And the dirt, you wouldn't believe the dirt. A veritable ecosystem of grime thrived on every surface. I swear I saw dust bunnies having families. I demanded really a cleaning, several times, each request met with a vacant stare and a shrug. It was as if my very existence was an inconvenience to these people. My boyfriend, bless his sensitive soul, is terribly allergic to dust. A simple fact I communicated with meticulous clarity, and yet the dust remained. It clung to everything, it mocked us, it was a personal affront. I ended up scrubbing the surfaces myself, darling, with antibacterial wipes I thankfully remembered to pack. Honestly, the thought of microscopic organisms colonizing my silk pajamas, it's too dreadful to contemplate. And then there's the food, oh, where to even
begin. It wasn't just bad, darling. It was actively hostile. A culinary assault on the senses. The texture. Imagine, if you will, a rubber chicken that has been left out in the sun for 3 days. Then add a generous
So I've been looking into crimes near Elysee Hotel, Alanya, and you know, it's just so sad. Like, tourists come here to have a good time, and then they get taken advantage of by these scammers. It's just not right. So, business near Elysee Hotel, Alanya are like super tricky. They'll pretend to be doing charity work, but really, they're just scamming people. Like, there was this one incident where people were posing as representatives from the Alanya Municipality Social Services Department, and they were going around asking for donations. Can you believe it? They're taking advantage of people's good nature like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure the victims were like, oh, I want to help the local community, and then they just got taken for a ride. It's so unfair. And probably the scammers just got away with it too. And then there are these food vendors near Elysee Hotel, Alanya, who are just like super unsanitary. I mean, one vendor was caught washing food preparation equipment in a mosque courtyard. Gross, right? Who does that? I'm pretty sure the people who bought food from them didn't know what was going on behind the scenes, and it's just like so dangerous for their health. And what probably happened is that the vendor just got a fine or something, but the real victims are the people who got sick from eating that food. And have you heard about the Alanyum production site near Elysee Hotel, Alanya? It was like a total nightmare. They were operating without a license and in super unsanitary conditions. I mean, toilet water was leaking into the workspace, and food was just like touching the floor. It's disgusting. And probably, the people who bought that Alanyum didn't know what they were getting themselves into, and it's just like so sad. I'm pretty sure the owners just got shut down, but what about all the people who got sick from drinking that stuff? And like, there are these seafood sellers near Elysee Hotel, Alanya, who are transporting their products in like super unsafe ways. I mean, the authorities confiscated 50 kilos of mussels that were being transported on a bus. Can you imagine? It's just like so dangerous. And probably the people who bought that seafood didn't know what they were getting, and it's just like so unfair. I'm pretty sure the sellers just got in trouble, but what about all the people who got food poisoning? It's just like so sad, you know? These scammers and fraudulent business owners near Elysee Hotel, Alanya, they're just like taking advantage of people's trust. And it's not right. We should look out for each other and make sure everyone has a safe and happy vacation.
Here is the businesses near the Elysee Hotel, Alanya. A warning to travelers as I dive into the reviews of businesses near the Elysee Hotel, Alanya. I'm left with a sense of disappointment and frustration. It's like a dark cloud looms over this area, casting a shadow of deceit and dishonesty. Let's start with the shopping centers. Alanyum AVM Mezze, for instance, seems to be a hotbed of scams. Reviewers speak of being overcharged, with some even claiming to have been scammed out of thousands of lira. The phrase, beware of the sales clerks, rings loud and clear. It's like they're lurking in the shadows, waiting to pounce on unsuspecting tourists. And then there's the food. Oh, the food. Mezzegrillrestaurant Ocakbasi is a prime example of overpriced, low-quality cuisine. Reviewers lament about the long wait times, cold food, and unapologetic staff. It's like they're saying, you'll take what we give you and you'll like it. The thought of paying top dollar for subpar meals leaves a sour taste in my mouth. But wait, it gets worse. Havana Club Alanya is a nightclub that's more concerned with making a quick buck than providing a good time. Reviewers speak of being turned away at the door, of being forced to pay exorbitant entrance fees, and of being treated like cattle. It's like they're running a racket, preying on unsuspecting tourists who just want to let loose. And then there are the shops. Heidi's shop Alanya Calvino is a treasure trove of overpriced goods, with reviewers complaining about being scammed out of hundreds of euros. It's like they're running a sophisticated con game designed to separate you from